Hello and thank you for joining me. This is Cooking with Cod3Theory, episode 16. I'm going to be making buffalo cauliflower bites. If you want to come in here. So I got this big head of cauliflower here, so I'm going to show you how to break this down. But first you're going to need, this is just what I'm using. There's tons of different ways to make cauliflower bites. What I'm going to be using is some buffalo sauce and some assorted seasonings, salt, oregano, paprika, and lemon pepper. The other thing you'll need some type of cooking pan. And I have my oven set about 300. They're going to burn pretty easily, which is why I have it on a little bit of a lower temp. The first thing you want to do with the cauliflower is you want to cut the bottom off. Can you see that okay? So you want to cut this bottom off here. Just carefully. Okay, set that aside. Alright, you can peel the leaves off. You're kind of gonna, it's real similar process to broccoli is what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna make nice, about quarter size flowerets. So after you get all the leaves off, you can see the bottom more. And what you're going to want to do in order to do this really easily is you're going to want to get this bottom off here, the stem. So now that you can see it a lot better, you just want to cut straight down. See that? Stem's off. And then I'm going to stop real quick and throw out all my scrap. If you compost, that's great. You could also save this and turn it into a nice vegan soup if you wanted. So now we have our crown here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start making cuts in this. And the first cut I'm going to do is right down the center. You see that okay? So right down the center, see that? Now I got two halves. Basically going to quarter this for the first few cuts. So then I'm going to cut this one in half again. And now you can see the sizes of the heads that you want. So like that's a decent size. So we're gonna start spreading this out. You see that? Taking the leaves on the stem as well. And then so that's pretty decent size. That's a little too big for what I want to use it for. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut the stem off a little bit, cut it in half again, and one more time. About the size of a quarter. That's the size that you want for cauliflower bites. So you basically just quarter the cauliflower down until it's the sizes that you want. So after you break down the head of cauliflower, you have a nice little bowl. This is about 1.5 cups. I didn't use the whole head, I'm only using half the head. Now we're going to go ahead and season. So normally you'd want to measure these, but if you go around like this is like a 4-inch bowl wide, so if you go around like 1 or 2 times, it's 1 tablespoon. So I'm just going to add like 1 to 2 tablespoons of each seasoning. I'm adding the dry ingredients before I add the wet ingredients. So then some lemon pepper, a little bit of salt. Then we're adding like 1 to 2 tablespoons of the buffalo sauce. You're kind of making a dry rub. I'm going to mix this up. Be careful using your hands, your bare hands to mix this up. As you can see, I put buffalo sauce in there. If you have cuts on your hands, you know, that's not going to be ideal. So I do often get cuts on my hands. So I am going to mix this with a spoon. And they should look like chicken. It should kind of look like chicken. I'm going to add just a touch more buffalo. You see how it's not fully consistent. So you want as much consistency as possible. It looks like there's a decent amount of seasoning. So I'm just going to add like ½ tablespoon. And then remix really well. And you would just want nicely coated, nice even coats of the seasoning of the buffalo sauce. You see there's no excess sauce in this bowl. That's how it should be. So carefully place them on your oven pan. That's fine. So I'm going to cook these for about 5 to 7 minutes. Then I'm going to rotate the pan about 180 degrees to ensure it cooks consistently in the oven. Good. So there we have it. This is about 10 minutes in. Just a little crispy around the edges. That's all you really need. Nothing more to it than that. Next time, you can check me out on Facebook, SoundCloud, Mixcloud, Instagram, and YouTube. That's Cod3Theory, COG3, THEORY.